site, I just wanted to go over a couple of safety information. We are going onto an active construction site, so as you're walking around, just be aware of what's under you, what's around you, what's overhead. We cleared a path for everybody, but just trying to make sure, stick to that path. We want to make sure that you're not going off on other spots. Look out for open ruts or things like that. It's not going to be a flat surface all the time. We'll be walking on some dirt and everything, and just look out for any kind of hazards. But if you have any questions on that, feel free to come talk to me. But we're going to lead you all in, and then we'll do a little talk, and then we'll break you up into 2 groups, and we'll go to see a couple areas up close. So why don't we take a walk?
Everything really feel nice.
I might get in trouble. Hi there, everybody. Thank you again for coming. I'm Brian Andrelzik. I'm the VP of Design and Engineering here at SeaWorld, and we are really excited to have you out here on Icebreaker's construction site. So we have made a lot of progress, as you can see. There's a coaster that's appeared here in the last couple of months, and we're wrapping the construction up here for our spring 2020 opening. So what we wanted to do today was kind of point out some of the key features of the ride now that they're up and you can see them, and sort of talk about what we're doing here on site right now. So we're standing in the ride station. You guys are all in the loading area right now, so you'd be standing right behind those air gates as the train pulls in and you get ready to ride. We are wrapping up the station. As you can see, we have our electrical in place, and now we're working on lighting and paint and just those finishing touches that are really going to bring this out and be looking great. So you can see the ride track behind me, but one of the key features of the ride that you might not really think about is this transfer track right here, our switch track. So this is a high-speed switch. It's a pretty unique feature from a roller coaster standpoint. So this is going to take you horizontal over onto our transfer track, and it's going to allow us to run 2 trains with a forwards and backwards launch. So once your train pulls out and you roll onto the launch track back here, you'll start out with a backwards launch, and that backwards launch is going up this way. It's going to head up the beyond vertical reverse spike, and that reverse spike is tilted at 100 degrees. That's beyond vertical, and that's the steepest drop on any coaster in Florida, so that's really exciting. So it's 4 launches, so this launch track is going to be busy. You're going to go backwards, forwards, backwards, and forwards once more, hitting 52 miles an hour. Now the exciting feature of this launch that makes it a little different than most is we have an airtime hill on either side. So there's one over here, and you can see this one low, one over here. So each one of those hits on the launch is going to be a little more powerful as the airtime goes, finally culminating in a nice pop of airtime here as we crest up and over our top hat. That's an 80-foot tall element right there, and a near vertical drop off of it. So heading up in, you're going to get really great airtime in the front seat. Heading down off, you're going to get great airtime in the back seat. Now, once you get off of that element, you see all these low-to-the-ground airtime hills. There's lots of twists, turns, high-banked corners. You can see where the track ends right now. We're in the process of just wrapping up the concrete on the other side in our back house area, and we'll be wrapping up that track real soon here. And then our return run that comes down here, kind of weaving its way in between columns. It's a lot of really close kind of head chopper moments as you run through there and up into our brakes here. One of the cool features about this attraction is just how tight of a construction site it is. You can see this is the launch track right here, inches from the station. So as riders exit the attraction and go down our exit ramp right here, they're going to have a coaster within inches of them, shooting by, launching 4 times. It's going to be a really kind of cool feature, really interactive. Down here, we're going to walk a little bit later. You can see our pathway that's getting formed back up. This is the pathway that was here before the construction started. And this is going to take you right underneath of that beyond vertical reverse spike. So you're going to be able to see that from a whole new angle, look right up at people that are looking straight down at you, having a really, really fun time on the ride. So what you see here is just part of the story, because the underground of all this area is a really big undertaking, and that's what takes a lot of the time during this construction process. So there's a lot of concrete underneath of these. You can see the various footers that are popping up. That's just part of the overall foundation, which could be as big as 12 by 12 for some of these individual footers, or even larger for others. And there's a lot of electrical involved. So this building right over here is our electrical room, and all of the electrical cabinets for the ride come out of there and feed all of the launch components. Each of these white spikes that you see out here, these white fins, those are called LSM launch stators. So those are what actually propel the train, the magnets that are on the train, to launch this ride back and forth. So it's a really heavy utility project. There's a lot of underground piping, there's a lot of electrical, there's a lot of pneumatic piping, and everything comes together to create this exciting ride. On the way in, you walk through our queue line, so that is the former dining area for the Mango Joe's restaurant, which we will have additional seating there, but we'll also have our queue space here. Our interactives talking about the Alaska Sea Life Center, our conservation partner for the ride, and the new entrance over here on the side. So part of the relaunched Wild Arctic Plaza will be home to Icebreaker here. Want some clear shots of the spike right over there by our locker building, which is going to give you a good image there. So yeah, this is going to be one of our pathways, so we're getting ready to open this pathway ours. So some of the key features around here, this is our locker building, right next to the ride entry here, and then the building right behind you here, this is actually the ride entry. This is where the you can head around the corner here and just stand by the locker building. So that spike, like we said, it's a 93-foot tall, beyond vertical reverse spike, so that's 100 degrees. That's tilted beyond vertical. It's the steepest drop on any coaster in Florida. And you're going to go backwards up that, so you'll be facing straight down at the ground, waving at all the people who are standing on this pathway. So it's going to be a really exciting element. You're going to go up that thing twice, so you'll start by launching backwards once, get about halfway up, go a second time, almost up to the top hat, and then you'll back up a third time, go up the hill again, all the way to the top. You can see those couple of white spikes up there. Those are brake fins. So you'll get right to the top of there before you head down a fourth time, hit 52 miles an hour, and clear that top hat element up top. And then you'll head off for the rest of the ride. Once that gets clear, the second train is clear to go and slide over and do the rest of the ride cycle. You look at your stomach as you go up and over. So you'll hit that top speed just before you go up the top of that element, so it's 52 miles an hour. And then once you press the top here, on the way up, you're going to get lifted out of your seat in the front seat, and then as you go over the edge here, you're going to get lifted out of your seat in the back seat. So it's going to be a really exciting moment. That's what a lot of coaster enthusiasts look for. It's a nice striking element, especially from across the lake. You're going to get this really cool view of both the reverse spike and the top hat here. One of the interesting features that I really didn't expect when I put up the ride was how tight the clearances are all around the back. So it kind of followed each other as it goes down, and utilities following after that. So we're wrapping up the final ride footers over here. We have a couple of real complicated ones that we're working through right now, and then as soon as those get put in place, you can see the rest of the track go up very quickly. The nice thing about this track, especially as low to the ground as it is, you can put up a lot of ride pieces very fast. Multiple pieces in the back.
Where will you fabricating? How long is it taking that process? Just getting these pieces?
Great, so this was, these came from the USA, so they came from Utah, the track did, and the college came from Kansas. And we started fabricating those probably